Please forgive me for everything. I love you, sunshine. The fear bond is one type of trauma bond and is directly responsible for why someone stays in an abusive relationship. A fear bond forms when you're afraid not only of your partner, but also that something bad might happen to them. When with a partner who is unpredictable or abusive, a person is in a constant state of fight or flight, with a body flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. It's not hard to imagine what happens to the immune system, etc. And let's add to this the fear of abandonment, especially for people who have already experienced multiple abandonment situations in childhood. For example, their parents' divorce, the death of close relatives like grandparents, and other losses. Now imagine a situation where a person was traumatized in childhood, experienced abuse from their parents, and was taught at an early age to take on age-inappropriate responsibility for another person, such as a sister, brother, or sick relative, and also experienced abandonment. And suddenly a partner appears in their life who says they adore them, showers them with promises, for example, that they will love and care for them, and gifts, wants to be together 24/7, and moves in with them just a few weeks after meeting. All of this makes it feel like a dream, because not much time has passed since they met. The person feels spellbound. They don't yet fully understand how they feel about all of this. And suddenly, the disappearance occurs. Various reasons are given. I needed some time alone, I finished a project, I was out with friends, my phone died and I couldn't call. There's a lot of attention, and then the partner suddenly disappears. This brings up my childhood abandonment and ancient instincts. If I'm left without a partner, the bear will kill me, the neighboring tribe will kill me, or I'll simply starve to death, me and my children. And then the missing partner shows up with, "Forgive me for everything. I love you, sunshine." This is followed by a surge of dopamine and oxytocin, the pleasure and bonding hormones, which completely neutralize cortisol, and the person moves from despair into a euphoria of relief, happiness, and peace. These cyclical fluctuations become a specific addiction. It's that simple. And if over time you gain experience where your partner ends up in the hospital after a street fight, for example, then the fear is likely akin to the fear of death, that something bad might happen to them again. Of course, I'm describing the most extreme example, but you get the idea. And you've probably heard this story before. But the point I want to highlight isn't "I love you, sweetheart," but the fact that the abusive partner says these words, not because he feels them, but to manipulate you, the relationship situation, and erase past experiences. Not to learn or change, but to erase the experience and his own actions. As a result, nothing can change in the relationship. And if a person brings this topic up in conversations about the relationship with the abusive partner, for example, "I felt really bad when I was pregnant, and you went out partying with friends and didn't answer my calls," then the response isn't, "I understand how that made you feel," but rather, "Stop talking about this. I've already apologized once. Stop nagging. Here you go again," and so on. In emotionally abusive relationships, the words used to erase the experience are almost exactly the same. And the words "I love you" are also used to achieve the desired outcome, just like other words that make you cry or words that make you scream out of helplessness. And now, a clear picture emerges, because it is precisely this bond of fear that is described in the study on Stockholm Syndrome, where the fear the abuser instills is also a source of relief, creating a strong attachment to that very person. As you can see, this is the cycle that is hardest to break, but breaking free is possible. It begins with understanding this cycle. Therefore, I wish everyone peaceful and respectful relationships where you can safely rely on one another, living in peace and harmony.